Okay, in this video, we're going to create a standard Kanban to-do app, and we're going to add some features to our Kanban board. We're going to add a button to be able to create a new record. We're going to implement editing when you click on a record, and we're going to customize the views, maybe in this video or next videos. So let's create another fresh Laravel application. So Laravel new, and I'm going to call it filament-kanban to do. No starter kit, just pest and initialize a Git repository for me. So this is going to take a moment to install Laravel. After this, we're going to install filament and filament-kanban. I'm going to use SQLite as my database. As soon as this is over, we're going to cd into filament-kanban to do. We're going to composer require filament composer. So a few days ago, I got a question on how to add a create button to our filament board, and I hadn't done this because I never needed a create button, but I found out that it's pretty easy because, as I said, we just have a regular filament page, and we can do anything that we can do in a filament page. So filament pages have a header action method that you can override and add actions to your header. So we're going to add a create action to our header. Okay, let's open PHP Storm, and okay, we should be good to go. So we're gonna install filament install with panels. I think I need to make this bigger because of prompts. So again, the name is admin. No, I already have done that. So install filament, and let's create a new Kanban board. Arts make, or let's create our model first. The model will be called task. I don't need a seeder. I do need a factory and a migration, and that's it. Okay. Now let's open the migration tasks table. We're gonna have a, let's say, title on our task. We're gonna have an optional description. And we're gonna make it nullable, and we're gonna have a status, of course. And we're going to default this to do. And I think that's all we need for now. And I never use a down method in my migrations, so this should be good. And do I need anything else? Let's just unguard everything in my model as well while we're here. Protected, guarded equals nothing, and add task model and migration. Okay, so now let's create our, let's do the seeder because we're going to be able to log into our app. So let's create 10 dummy users. We're not going to need the users for now, but we're going to need one user called mo and test.example.com. And I think the default password is password, so we're good there. Okay, now let's do our migrate and seed the database. I would like to create that. Thank you. So now we have our database. Let's go to filament-kanban to do the test. Now I should be able to go to /admin and log in with test.example.com and password. Okay, we're here. Now let's add our Kanban board. What's our status? Okay, add a default user. Art, make Kanban, I think, Kanban, tasks, Kanban board. Let's go to our tasks Kanban board, and we're going to need an enum. Our model is task, and we're gonna let's add Spatsy eloquent sortable as well. Composer require Spatsy eloquent sortable. And while that's downloading, let's add an order column. Table, integer, unsigned integer, order column. That's that. And we're good here. Let's composer and require Spatsy eloquent sortable. And we're going to add, by the way, I switched to PHP Storm because Zed was giving me a lot of indexing issues, which we don't have here. And we're going to use sortable trait, and we should be good. Okay, so yeah, we're going to just uncomment these in task, and record ID update status should be good. And we're going to have ordered here. Ordered. And these are things that we just did in previous videos. If you haven't watched those, go and watch those videos. Now let's create an enum. Let's create an enums folder. And I'm not explaining these too much because, as I said, we have done these in the previous videos. So we're going to have a task status enum. And it's going to be backed by strings, and it's going to use is Kanban status, and we're going to have a case called to do equals to do, case doing equals doing, and case done equals done. Okay, and we should be good to go. And here we're going to say task status statuses. Now let's see what happens when we load our page. Tasks Kanban board, and we have our statuses, but we don't have a task yet. So what we're going to do here is, first of all, I want to change the title of this page. So we're going to override title and set it to tasks. And we're going to override the header action. Let me see, header actions, get header actions. Is this it? Yeah. We're going to return an array. And here we're going to have a create action, filament actions, create action, make, and I think we're going to have a class on this. No, model. Yes. And the model is going to be task class. And I think we're going to need a form. Yes. And is this going to be, this will need a form. So let's just quickly go to filament documentation. Documentation is your friend. Actions and create action. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have a form, and this is an array. Okay, an array of. So what did we have in our? So we have a title, we have a description, and these ones we're not gonna worry about. So title and description. Okay, so we're gonna have a text column make called title, and we're gonna have a text area. Do we have yeah, components text area, make description. Cool. So this should work, hopefully. Let's see what happens. Now if I refresh, yes, I have a new task create action button here. And what's happening? Must be of type component text. Oh, text. It's not a text column. It's a text field. Text input. Yes, text input. Make title. Sorry. Now we should be good. Cool. So the new task will be finish filament-kanban tutorial videos. Or this is long enough for a description, and finish videos. Create. Okay. Table tasks has no column named order column. Doesn't? Oh, did I? Oh, I didn't. I should do the migration again. So let's do MFS, and we're going to have to log in again. Log in and new task. Finish videos and create. Okay, created, but I don't see anything. Why is that? Because the default status was to do with a lowercase, right? So we're going to change that to do with an uppercase T, because here we're using uppercase. Okay, one more time. Sorry for your time. And let's refresh, log in again. Finish videos and a description and create. Okay, we have our task. So it's super easy to just add any header action that you need. That's probably most likely a create action. Now we want to do an edit action when we click on our record. And this is what happens when you click on a record. If you want to disable this, if you don't have an edit functionality, there's an attribute that you can use. It's in the edit modal. If you don't want to be able to click and have that modal, just override this and make it false. And you're not going to see that when you, excuse me, what's happening? Did I save this? Disable edit modal and refresh. Okay, it's not disabling. I'm going to fix that after the video, hopefully. Okay, so hopefully you should be able to, after this video, when I fix it, you should be able to disable the edit modal. But what's going to happen inside the edit modal? We don't have a form yet. It's just empty. So we're going to have this form schema for the edit modal, which is going to be very similar to this. Maybe you want to extract this to another method and return this array so you don't just repeat yourself. Or sometimes your create forms and your edit forms are different. So it depends on your use case. So we refresh, and now we have the title and the description. But why isn't my description showing up? We did have a description on our task, and if I tinker and say task first, yes, indeed we do have the description. Why is it not showing up? Because when it's loading the model, it's just loading the array that you have here, the data that you have here. It's not loading it from the database. And what we have here is just the title. That's what we're loading from the database and saving it in our array. But if you want to change the data that you have in your edit modal, you can overwrite this one, and this is going to load it from the database and turn the whole record into array. And you can add stuff or remove stuff from this array as well. Now if I click on this, I have the description as well. Okay, what's next? This is what happens after you submit the form. So we're gonna overwrite this method. We're gonna find the task, and we're gonna update the title to data title, and we're gonna update the description to data description. Now refresh. This is edited, and this is edited as well. Save it, and we have the edited model. And if we go to tinker just to check what's happening in the database, task first, and yes, we have the edited title and description in the database. So now this is a complete to-do Kanban board with a create button and edit functionality, and being able to move your tasks between different states. And you can add other ones as well. Maybe finish up the tutorial. Something, and this can be null, right? So let's just create this and move it to done. In the next video, we're gonna start customizing the views as well.